Good evening. I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us. Scott is on assignment tonight. Hurricane Hermine is now back to being Tropical Storm Hermine, but it's still causing serious problems as we head into the Labor Day weekend. It's the first hurricane to make landfall, as we just mentioned, in Florida in 11 years, battering the Big Bend and Panhandle areas overnight. In Ocala, a man died when a tree fell on him. And while some embraced the rivers in the roadways, for others it was a disaster with entire towns underwater. Georgia's governor has declared a state of emergency, and in the Carolinas, they are readying for impact. For the latest on Hermine's path, let's head straight over to meteorologist Steve Newman, who's in for Bob tonight.
Haley, I can tell you all the major watches and warnings are down. That's why Bob Harrigan felt comfortable in starting a vacation that should have started for him yesterday before the storm kicked in. A well-deserved break, and we're going to get a well-deserved break from bad weather once this little fetch of subtropical moisture dies out by tomorrow afternoon into Sunday. But here's Hermine right now, and you can see just to the southwest of us there's more moisture coming in, being pulled in by that low. As it gets farther and farther away, that feeder band, the pull on that feeder band is going to die down. There's the center of Hermine near Charleston, South Carolina. That's a threat of tornadoes, a tornado watch box in effect for the Carolina Outer Banks, similar to what we had here yesterday in North Florida. And our winds are dying down. It's 18 mile an hour at Anna Maria. They were in the 20s not long ago. 14 mile an hour at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. Farther south, winds are even less, 11 miles an hour at Port Charlotte. We look at our radar. This is the rain just about to reach Venice. More will fill in overnight tonight. I'll give you the timing of the rain and when it's going to end and what our Labor Day is going to look like when we come back with the full weather picture in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Steve. The beach erosion on Manasota Key has only gotten worse over the last few days thanks to Hermine. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley went out before the storm affected the Suncoast, and today he visited those same residents after the storm.
Well, that erosion on Manasota Key has steadily gotten worse. Many residents here have sandbags. They have piles of sand all ready to go on the beach, but they are still waiting on state approval.
Losing more and more sand, waiting for approval from the state to get the large sandbags.
Charles Miller lives on Manasota Beach. He's also been the guy in charge of helping his neighbors get sandbags, but he himself hasn't had any luck.
Our neighbors had experience, and the small sandbags really don't do a thing.
This is what Miller is talking about. His neighbor, Harry Arts, told us last week he was shoring up his home, preparing for high waves.
We've spoken with 3 contractors and 2 engineers, and each of them has suggested it's really not worth doing.
And apparently it wasn't. When we visited today, nearly all the sandbags that Arts laid out were all gone. The foundation of his home that had been previously exposed was now laying on the beach, large chunks of concrete no longer supporting his home. Arts and his wife left town to escape the storm out of fear their home might fall in. Miller believes what could have helped are large sandbags, big enough to not be washed away so easily. Miller has submitted an application to several state agencies for approval to put those sandbags out, but hasn't gotten it. And he blames Governor Rick Scott's office.
He declares the state of emergency, but with that state of emergencies, there's really no directive to the Florida Fish and Wildlife or the DEP to make common sense decisions in order to protect people's home.
And as the waves continue to pound much of Manasota Key, many residents like the Arts are hoping that when they return home, their home will still be there. Reporting on Manasota Key, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. Erosion went from bad to worse the past few days on Lido Key Beach. Video taken from the top of a high-rise condo building shows the waves hitting a seawall on South Lido Key. Nearby condo owners say the beach needs more sand and not just a little.
We've lost 50 feet in the last few days of beach, and it's disappearing very, very rapidly. Nothing left really at high tide.
Oh, we're going to lose whatever we had that attracts people to this area. And of course, for us who live here, it's devastating.
Lido Key and the city of Sarasota want the Army Corps of Engineers to dredge sand from Big Pass, but nearby Siesta Key and Sarasota County residents are concerned that taking sand from between the two keys could throw off and affect Siesta's famous white flowery sand. One Sarasota neighborhood on the bay continues to deal with flooding issues. The problems with flooding on South Shore Drive not only happening in the streets, also happening in people's yards. Some residents spent the day pumping out water. They suspect these floods are connected to the storm drainage problems.
The drains get clogged. The main drain that goes out to the bay, it just gets clogged and it starts filling out the pool. Once the pool gets full up, it starts going into the house.
There's an interplay between the city and the county on stormwater, and that's always been frustrating.
Sarasota County officials say they will take a closer look at this issue soon to see if it is in fact a storm drainage problem that is causing the flooding. Authorities are still asking people to avoid Anna Maria Island because of street flooding there. Several roads, including Marina Drive and Holmes Beach, have been flooded off and on throughout the day. And earlier today, Holmes Beach police said at least 2 neighborhoods were still blocked off by deep water.
You can traverse the roads as long as you're not driving something like a little Prius. I wouldn't bring my Corvette out here in this, but if you're in a high-profile vehicle, you'll be fine. Just go slow, and if you go on a road and you see that it's deep and you can't see the lines in the road and you can't see the road, don't drive on it. You don't know what's underneath there.
Holmes Beach police are also confident that if they can get a break from the rain, much of this flooding will have an opportunity to drain or move out with low tide. Sarasota County crews spent the day assessing damage on Siesta Key and clearing out damaged tree limbs on the beach. Officials say staff inspected more than 2,500 properties in the county today, and they find 30 properties were affected by Hermine. They assess that the storm caused about $690,000 in damage. City of Venice officials say street flooding has been receding in the areas of Flamingo Drive, Gardenia Road, and Golden Beach Boulevard, as well as other local roads there. What helped was the weather permitted crews to finally get the Flamingo ditch today and shovel it out, allowing water to be released into the Gulf. The ditch had been creating a bottleneck of water. Meanwhile, there was no significant erosion for the South Jetty. The city engineer actually says Hermine helped a little by dumping a bunch of sand on Venice Beach. More Hermine coverage is still to come, including the latest on power outages continuing to affect the Suncoast. But up next, we shift gears to high school football. We'll have a preview of football Friday night's game of the week.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call NAP.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Second start for the week of our football season. Mother Nature has put a bit of a damper on football Friday night. Last week, our first week, most games were delayed and some were even postponed. And tonight, there are just 4 games being played in and around the Suncoast. DeSoto, Charlotte, and Port Charlotte are playing at home, while Sarasota is hosting Booker. And Sarasota High is where we find ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo live with a preview of our game of the week. Dwayne.
Well, that's right, Haley. Crazy week. If you want to catch some football out tonight, high school football, this is your only game in town. Athletic directors and coaches thought it was safe enough for kids to play on this field, and we checked it right before we went live here, and the field is pretty dry, so let's hope it stays that way. So Booker had a rough game last week against another crosstown rival, Sarasota Riverview, losing 51-20. Coach Richard Goodwin obviously looking for his marquee players, quarterback Arthur Brantley and running back Jamal Benson, to pick up the pace. Also look for Brantley to throw to his favorite receiver, Talik Keaton. Now on the other side, the Sarasota Sailors are in the driver's seat, beating Cape Coral last week 34-7. Quarterback Brian Gagg throwing for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, Brian Ryle says his team is prepared for their crosstown rival. And as for this tough district, which includes Brain River, Venice, and Palmetto, it's all about taking it one day at a time.
They have to work in such a way to be successful against those teams, if you will, on that particular day. The day that you have to work out, the day that you have to practice, you have to be so focused and so single-minded, if you will, to put the work in for that day to be successful. So when that day does come that you are playing that particular team, you've prepared yourself, you put in the work to be successful, and you're giving yourself the best opportunity to win such a contest.
Now, Haley, kickoff is at 7:30 for the Sarasota Booker game. And don't forget to catch us tonight at 11:15. Football Friday night. We'll have a guest coach. Find out who it is tonight. Reporting in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Excited about that. Thank you, Dwayne. We'll be back with your forecast.
I'm Alan Cohn. Unknown and unresponsive. Officials need your help identifying a man now in the vegetative state. We'll bring you the details.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family-owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Well, Steve, we feel really bad for the people on the East Coast. Their
Yes.
Labor Day is pretty much going to be ruined, but for us, not looking too bad.
The other side of that, Bob Harrigan started his vacation one day late today.
He did.
He really did yeoman service the last few days here with Hermine. Let's take a look at why I think it's going to be a great weekend. Look in the last 6 hours. Look at the surf from this Casey Key webcam slowly subside. The waves get less. The tide is now going out. We're going to have a low tide about 9 o'clock tonight, maybe a little before that. And you can see the skies darkening. That's an approaching storm coming in. And we will have a few thunderstorms moving in from the Gulf tonight through tomorrow morning. But all in all the watches and warnings are down except for some spotty flood warnings around the area. And high today, 85 degrees, 5 degrees cooler than normal thanks to the cloud cover and that strong southwesterly wind. And we finally caught up on rainfall, almost 2 inches in the last 24 hours, bringing our total up to 42.34 for the year, 3 1/3 above normal. We've been below normal several inches for month after month. Currently at the airport, the temperature is 82 degrees, the dew point 73, humidity 74%, with that southwesterly moist wind bringing in more storms tonight. And here they are, even though the low, what's left of Hermine, which is a tropical storm in the Carolinas, it's so far away, it's pulling in this feeder band. And as the storm eventually moves offshore from the Carolinas, that pull will weaken and these storms will disappear, and by Sunday they'll be a thing of the past. So we saw that darkening cloud at Casey Key. That's this just now approaching the coast. We're going to have more rain through tonight and scattered showers tomorrow, but it's not going to be terribly heavy, and I don't think it's going to affect what floodwaters we have around very much. Well, here's Hermine. It is a tropical storm, maximum sustained winds 50 miles an hour as of 5 o'clock, located northwest of Charleston, South Carolina. Here's its forecast over the weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, it moves off the Carolina Outer Banks and then stalls. It just creeps from Sunday into Monday from the Delmarva Peninsula up to outside New York. Notice the winds. 60 miles an hour, 70, 75, but we have a low. Isn't that hurricane force winds? Well, yes, but it's not going to be a hurricane. It will be a hybrid low off New York City, and it's lost its tropical characteristics. And you may remember that Superstorm Sandy was a hybrid low. Not to worry, the storm is not going to make a left turn into New Jersey. It's eventually going to wobble out in the Atlantic and then rush up to near Greenland by this time tomorrow. Here's the RPM computer forecast showing most of the heavy rain offshore. I think there's going to be more rain than this shows up here on the model, as is evidenced by the European forecast model's rainfall prediction, over 5-6 inches in eastern North Carolina, even the Delmarva Peninsula. But look at this, from the Jersey Shore, Long Island, Coney Island, Fire Island, the Hamptons, Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, Provincetown, it's going to be a washout. That storm with those strong winds offshore will whip up some very dangerous seas, also periods of rain and strong gusty winds. Not a great weekend to be outdoors in the Northeast. Kind of like what we had, only maybe a little worse for them. Look at this. This rainfall was off the chart pretty much offshore in the last 24 hours. In our viewing area, we had anywhere from 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5 inches of rain. On the islands, 3 inches to almost 4 inches in some spots. Now here's our marine forecast and also the RPM computer model, which does not have a handle on this. You saw the rain is right here, so just take this with a grain of sand or a grain of salt, and we will see scattered showers and storms tonight. But look at this, from late Saturday into Sunday, they thin out. Sunday's going to be a great day. Monday's going to be a great day. This would be a distant memory, or it'll be a memory for those of us that got flooded and had weather problems. It won't be all that distant. Now, here's our marine forecast. It's going to be great on the water by tomorrow afternoon. The small craft advisory expires tonight at 8. The seas are subsiding. Things are improving greatly out in the outer waters. Beach temperature 85. Here's my forecast for tonight. Those rain showers you saw on radar will move over us tonight. Our low temperature 78 degrees. And Haley, the 7-day outlook shows that once that gets by tomorrow, we get pretty much a seasonal average chance of rainfall right on through Labor Day, which looks like a pretty decent day. Next week, we're back to normal.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Hermine continues moving away from the Suncoast, but hundreds of residents continue to be without power. FPL has been working for the last few days now on restoring power to homes. At last check, 214 Manatee County homes were affected, 418 in Sarasota County and 116 in Charlotte. All a big improvement from last night. Parking surely was not a problem today on St. Armand's Circle. When we were there midday, the sidewalks were empty. There was very little traffic out on the circle. One vacationer that we talked to from England said despite the bad timing, he still loves Sarasota.
We know what Florida's like, and we were just unlucky. Apparently the last one was about 11 years ago or something. So we've just been unlucky this time. We'll still come back next year.
Fortunately, he and his family were here for 2 weeks, and he says that the first week made up for the second. And we do want to remind you that we have a lot of storm-related news and notes posted on our website, mysuncoast.com. So keep track of our Facebook page and Twitter pages as well for weather updates. We'll be right back.
Hermine takes aim, the first hurricane to hit Florida in over a decade. Mandatory evacuations, a dangerous storm surge. Travel on the East Coast disrupted for millions of Americans this holiday weekend. We're in the storm zone to keep you safe. Tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Well, here we are.
Yes, we are. And here's some rain coming our way. Take a quick look at radar. It's going to be a pretty wet evening, I think, as another feeder band comes over us. It's not going to be terribly heavy. It's going to get better, though. Just hang in there.
Especially for Labor Day. We really lucked out. We'll see you tonight at 11.
This is an ABC 7 editorial with Steve Sabato.
As another school year kicks off,
A growing number of Florida parents are fed up with state testing of their kids. Last week, the so-called opt-out movement won a huge victory when a judge ruled against the State Department of Education in a case involving third-grade students whose parents instructed them not to complete the state reading test. The kids did show up for the test. They even opened and signed it, but they didn't answer any questions. The local school districts decided defiance was just cause to hold the kids back. The parents disagreed and filed suit. Prominent Sarasota civil rights attorney Andrea Mogensen defended the parents successfully, arguing the local school districts violated a number of state laws, including the right to mitigate test performance with relevant portfolios of the students' work. The point being, if a kid can read and has good grades and can prove he or she should not be held back, then the test is not the only measure of a student's performance. Our obsession with testing has got to the point that literally a student could have straight A's on their report card, perfect attendance, and play well with others, but still be held back if they fail mandatory standardized assessment tests. Wake up, America. What is the point? Whether little Johnny can read and write, or whether the know-it-all eggheads in Washington and Tallahassee can impose their one-size-fits-all political theories on a failing public education system. As this case clearly demonstrates, when the system is broke, civil disobedience is democracy's way of saying enough is enough. Good for the parents who stood up for their kids and the principle of parental responsibility and control. That's principle with a P-L-E, not P-A-L. I'm Steve Sabato, and we'd like to hear from you.
The opinions expressed in this editorial do not necessarily reflect those of ABC7's owners or management. If you would like to comment, go to our website, www.mysuncoast.com, and click Community.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. It's a Labor Day look back with Siesta Key rum sampling, Jenny Garth, great grilling gadgets, and brew burgers in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose big time. Luckily, You can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Stand out in your new Wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.